Hello, welcome to the Agent Getting Started series. Today we are going to talk about installation, which includes downloading the software, installing Agent on our computer, and configuring our first news server. First we'll navigate to the Forte website. Then we'll use the Agent drop-down menu to go to the Agent free trial page. Click on the big green button and download the installer to our computer. Notice that I'm using Internet Explorer, so I get this nifty download menu at the bottom of the page. I recommend that you press the Save button first, and then we'll run the installer as a two-step process. But before we install, I want to show you a couple of other items on this page. First, you'll see a link to the YouTube video that you are currently watching. Then there are some additional resources, such as a link to some additional Getting Started videos. Finally, there are download links for additional free software, such as IrfanView, a great free image viewer for Windows, and VLC, a great free video player for Windows and Mac. For a better Usenet experience, we recommend that you use these products instead of the built-in viewers that came with Windows. Looks like our download is complete, so we can press the Run button to start the Agent setup. Press Next to begin, accept the terms of the licensing agreement, accept the destination folder, press the Install button, say yes if you get the User Account Control prompt. Then Agent is installed. Press the Finish button. The first screen we get is the Welcome screen. If we've already bought Agent, we can enter our registration key. However, in this case, I'm going to begin a 30-day trial. Windows will launch Agent and continue the setup wizard, where we will choose how we're going to use the program. For this episode, I just want to read and post Usenet messages. In a future episode, I'll show you how to use Agent to read your email, but I'll turn that off for now. In step 3, we configure our Usenet server. In my case, I have an Agent Usenet account, so I'll enter news.forteinc.com. Then I'll enable SSL. SSL is an important privacy feature of Agent Usenet that encrypts all your communication with our server. Agent Usenet requires a simple username and password. The combination of Agent Newsreader, the Agent Usenet service, and these Getting Started videos is all you'll ever need for the best Usenet experience. Then, after entering your username and password, press the Test Connection button, and Agent will make sure that you can log into your news server. Step 4 is where you configure your Usenet Persona, but we only want to download content, so what do? Fortunately, many of our screens have useful tips. You can leave the email address blank, but if you do, you won't be able to send messages until you create a persona manually. Cool. All we want to do is check out some downloads. But let's say you did want to post to Usenet. It's kind of scary to think about using your own email address, so let's see what the online help has to say about this. Email address must have valid formatting, even if it's a fictitious address. For example, use something like me@anonymous.invalid. Anonymous is good. Anyway, let's do this later. Step 5 involves downloading Newsgroups. Before you can begin reading Usenet Newsgroups, Agent needs to retrieve a list of newsgroups carried by your news server. Bring it on. Step 6 alerts us to when there is a new version of Agent. Gotta have that. And we are done. Then Agent opens the newsgroup directory. Think of it as an address book for Usenet. Now notice the status bar here at the bottom. it shows that I downloaded over 100,000 groups. Now I can scroll around in the Newsgroup directory, but that's not particularly useful. It's a lot easier to do a search. Now let's say I'm interested in fractals. You know, those weird geometric shapes that look so cool. Well, first I'll do a search for frac. And I'm going to follow it with an asterisk, which is a wildcard, so it's going to match any word that contains FRAC. Okay, that was interesting, but it isn't exactly what I'm looking for. What I really want are binary images that contain fractals. So I'm going to add BIN asterisk to my search, and that's a lot better. So I'm going to double click, then Agent displays the Add Newsgroup screen. Agent automatically detects that this is a binary newsgroup, which is great. Now we can ignore desks for now. They're just a nifty way of organizing your newsgroups, but we definitely want to get headers. In fact, we want to get the most recent 500 headers as a way of sampling this group to see if we like it. Now let's close the Newsgroup directory and see what we got. First, look at the folder pane on the left. Now let's make that a little wider. Notice how Agent expands the newsgroup name to fit. Notice that number 266. That's the unread message count for this group. Now let's look at the message pane. This one looks interesting here. Firewheel. Let's double click on that. Now look at the body pane. There's a thumbnail of the downloaded fractal. Let's press the letter Z and zoom this pane. Ah, that's much nicer. Notice the file size. This picture is pretty big. So let's launch the image in IrfanView. Even better. We can zoom right in and see all the detail. Now that is the way to experience Usenet. Let's recap what we've learned. Number 1, Agent is quick and easy to install, but it does require a little knowledge about Usenet. So be sure to watch all the videos in the Getting Started series. We'll teach you everything you need to know. Number 2, the Newsgroup directory is the key to working with newsgroups. And you can access it anytime using the toolbar or via the Tools menu, or my favorite way, the keyboard shortcut, Control-Shift-N. And number 3, images are better with the free IrfanViewer. Thank you, and stay tuned for more videos in the Getting Started series.